What's up guys, ImpulseEvan here, and today I'm reacting to the video. In this video I'm going to be reacting to FNAF's newest video, the modern FNAF timeline. I'm guessing what is meant by this is he's going to be going over all the stuff that happens in the post-Ultimate Custom Night era. Basically with Glitchtrap and Security Breach and Vanny and all that stuff. I'm guessing that's what he's going to be talking about, unless he's talking about like the entire FNAF timeline as a whole and how it's displayed. Based on all the information we have nowadays, I'm guessing that's not what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the post-Ultimate Custom Night era and how all that works and the entire timeline. It's a 13-minute video. It's not too long, so I wanted to react to it because I reacted to FNAF's other security breach theories, so I wanted to react to this one. I think I'm just going to react to all of his theories from now on. Or maybe not all of them, but probably most of them. Probably all of them. But at the very least, most of them. But I just want to get straight into it. Also, I should mention, as always, no matter what I say, I always get hate for reaction videos to theories, no matter what I say, but I'd like to clarify, I like FNAF. I think his theories are pretty good. I don't always agree, but that's because they're theories. It's FNAF. There's a lot of different, stuff to theorize about. There's a lot of different evidence, some of it conflicting, so not everyone's gonna come to the exact same conclusions, so even if I disagree with him, that doesn't mean I dislike him, and it's also inevitable that I'm gonna disagree with at least something. So, just wanted to get that out of the way. I always gotta do that disclaimer, otherwise I get hate, and even if I do the disclaimer, I get hate anyway. So yeah, just letting you guys know. So, let's start. Let's watch this freaking video. Also, I love that the first frame of the video is just this face. It's a great face. Handsome man. Anyway, let's start watching.
I've spent the last 3 months researching and theorizing about Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach and decided to take everything I've learned and throw it into one timeline. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what I think the modern FNAF timeline is and how we got to this point. Let's get started. To explain how this started, we need to start at the end. At the end of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria
I was correct.
We see Henry Emily burn everything to the ground. After he does this,
unsuccessfully,
Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity.
There is no need for you to return to work next week, as Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity.
But if the company no longer exists, how does the Pizzaplex and the VR game become a thing? Well, basically, someone restarted Fazbear Entertainment as an LLC. My friends over at Game Theory made a fantastic video on this, so shout out to them for finding it because that is wild. So after the events of Pizzeria Simulator, someone restarted Fazbear Entertainment. Judging by what I found in my past videos, I believe this to be sometime in the early 2030s. After someone restarts the company, they try to cover up and make light of Fazbear Entertainment's bad reputation by hiring. I feel
like it's more. I feel like it would be closer to the late 20s, to the late 2020s, because of the fact that the Pizzaplex has been open for 5 years. If Security Breach is to be 2035, then the Pizzaplex would have opened 2030, and I think that the Pizzaplex would have been open before that. Which is one of the reasons I think I'm starting to think that 2046 is a little bit more likely. Just because there's not a huge amount of time. Okay, if we're to say that the Pizzaplex took like 2 years to build, maybe, then that would place the construction of it in 2028. That's when it started. And then FNAF VR also has to be a thing. And what's his name? Hand Unit in FNAF VR talks about the games and how it's been over the past few decades. So if we're to assume that the games were released at the same time that they were in why can't I think? In real life, then that would be 2014. If we're not to assume that, which it honestly makes sense if it was after FNAF 6 that this all happened, then that would have to be like probably around the 2020s as well. So I'm starting to think that 2046 is more likely, but I'm not really sure. It could be either.
Game developer to make games based on the events that occurred in their past. Fazbear Entertainment LLC then hires a third company called Silver Parasol.
That could even be later
to make a VR game also based on the tragic events that occurred in their past. But for some reason, Fazbear Entertainment doesn't tell Silver Parasol Games that they also hired the indie developer.
They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue indie game developer. But that's not true at all. Fazbear Entertainment hired the game developer.
During development for the VR game, someone went into the office overnight and dropped off a box of circuit boards. They left little to no details
from FNAF
about
6.
the parts, just telling the team that if they
basically, it seems like either circuit boards from the FNAF 6 wreckage were taken, or the animatronics from the FNAF 6 wreckage were scanned onto the circuit boards. Like, pieces of them were, like, installed into the circuit boards, basically. One of the two. Either could work, maybe both. But yeah.
The boards into the VR game, it would speed up development. But when they scanned them, it actually
and William is brought in. Sorry, I keep pausing, but basically what I think is that the circuit boards from William were taken, but Cassidy is also in William, or whoever the one you should not have killed is also in William's body, possessing him. So when William is brought into the VR game, the one you should not have killed is as well. And we see that they're in the VR game because of Curse of Dreadbear. And in Princess Quest, we also see that Cassidy is there, and it's implied that she's the one you should not have killed in Princess Quest itself. And William Afton is also in Princess Quest. So it seems like the same circuit boards the same type of circuit boards were used for both the VR game and Princess Quest, as both the spirits are in both of the places at once.
In the form of Glitchtrap. One of the QAs for the game, Jeremy, was the first victim of Glitchtrap. While playtesting the game, Jeremy started to become a shell of what he once was, with him ultimately ending up cutting off his own face. Whether that was at the request of Glitchtrap or him just wanting to escape Glitchtrap, we're not sure. Tape Girl then
could be either
for Jeremy and tries to get rid of the virus, but nothing works. She ends up creating the very tapes we listen to in the game, warning us to abandon development, but then presumably falls under Glitchtrap's control and tricks us into doing the same. No matter what we do in FNAF VR, there is always a bad ending. It's believed that Vanessa was the one playing FNAF VR and has fallen under Glitchtrap's control. This is when the retro.
That's not a belief. That's blatantly shown to us in Curse of Dreadbear.
Battle for control over her own body while Glitchtrap tries to take over. We also hear Vanessa in what seems to be company-mandated therapy sessions in the retro CDs in Security Breach. Just like Lewis, the therapist also recognizes Vanessa's odd behavior, like her talking to herself and her being manipulated by someone, presumably Glitchtrap, in an encrypted conversation.
No, by Patient 46, but yeah. Also Glitchtrap, but...
Now it is revealed that Patient 46 might be the one manipulating Vanessa, and whether you believe Patient 46 to be the Tape Girl, or Evil Charlie Bot, or Evil Elizabeth Bot, it's pretty clear that
or Elizabeth in the Charlie Bot. That's what I believe. No, I don't think it's a child Charlie Bot though. I think it's the adult Charlie Bot.
46 is on Glitchtrap's side.
Which I'll be doing a video soon enough on. Another video soon enough on my full opinion on Patient 46 after watching all his videos and the evidence about it being Charlie Bot and the sticky note room. I'm gonna be going over all the evidence once again and talking about the evidence he presented so that we come to a final conclusion. At least I come to a final conclusion on what I believe Patient 46 to be, which I'm just telling you right now, I believe it to be Elizabeth in a Charlie Bot body.
Glitchtrap manipulating her either way. Then, both Lewis and the therapist mention that Vanessa is making a costume. This is the one piece of information that connects everything together. Along with Lewis and the therapist's conversations, the costume is also mentioned at the end of the Curse of Dreadbear during this conversation.
Yes, I have it.
I made it myself. I think you would like it.
This basically confirms to me that most of the retro CDs take place during or close after FNAF VR and before Vanessa even gets to the Pizzaplex. Speaking of the Pizzaplex, it was shortly after FNAF VR that Fazbear Entertainment started building the Pizzaplex. We can actually see it being built in the FNAF VR.
Does he read the books, by the way?
The development of the mall that someone ordered it to be built on top of an old Freddy's Pizzeria. The same restaurant
I'm gonna assume so.
Pizzeria Simulator took place in. We see this in the messages found in Security Breach. Construction update. Every day there's a new problem.
And it's blatantly shown in Tales from the Pizzaplex. I don't know if he reads the books or not.
Before construction was approved, there was a site evaluation, right? Who got the mall built over the old pizzeria? Well, it depends on what you believe. Once again, it could be Vanessa or Patient 46 or Elizabeth. Shortly after the development of FNAF VR and the mall starts getting built, we see the rise of yet another Fazbear Entertainment project, the Fazbear Funtime Delivery Service, aka FNAF AR.
Yes,
we know that FNAF
because
VR
it is canon.
Shortly after FNAF VR, because
not too long.
Guidebook,
No, not the Ultimate Guide.
With the VR game, an interesting question arose. What if fans could insert FNAF into the real world. There was genuinely so much lore thrown into FNAF AR that even the Ultimate Guidebook stated that the game is a, quote, massive expansion of game lore. The Fazbear
I don't take into account the Ultimate Guide, but that is true. It doesn't get everything wrong, but it's not really reliable. At least I don't think it is.
But Fazbear Entertainment actually outsourced the
Which I
service
made a
to a
video
separate
about.
company, leaving them in charge of delivering and handling the animatronics.
Yeah, goddamn Illumix.
Quickly realized that the service has a major virus attached to it. Instead of the animatronics
Specifically ours, though, which is interesting.
Kill you. We learn more about how this virus got attached to the service in the
Well, at least to our
emails
service.
the emails
Like
tell
our
the story of
specific
5
package.
employees: Anna, Mark, Raha, Steven, and Daniel, and how they accidentally scanned one of the circuit boards of a vintage animatronic into their system, therefore causing the virus to occur. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly what happened in FNAF VR. I think it's fair to say that whoever sent those circuit boards to the VR team knew what they were doing and wanted to do it again. Whether it was the same person or Vanessa carrying on the mantle, I'm not sure, but someone else had to have planted the circuit boards before Vanessa was even possessed. Shortly after the virus takes over the delivery system, Anna gets an email from the legal team at Fazbear Entertainment, basically telling them to cease all work on Fazbear Entertainment properties. They actually told all of their contractors to stop working, which presumably includes the FNAF VR team as well. This most likely occurred because of a lawsuit that was sent to Fazbear Entertainment because of the Jeremy situation.
It really feels like this project is in trouble, in no small part because of the lawsuit, I'm sure. There has to be a lawsuit. There's no way there isn't.
Although they get ordered to stop working, the service continues on, due to the virus taking control. The main goal of FNAF AR is to collect animatronics and Remnant. We get an email from whoever's behind the virus saying that collecting all that Remnant sure is fun though. Now that you've collected enough Remnant, why not put it back into your friendly animatronics? They'll work even better than you can imagine. The Ultimate Guide
Kinda
actually
sus.
shares a giant piece of information.
Stop with the Ultimate Guide, please.
The book says,
Alright, whatever.
the directive to obtain Remnant only appears after the virus takes over the Fazbear Funtime service. The glitch wants you to collect as much Remnant as possible and pump your animatronics full of it. Now, obviously, this virus is the same virus from FNAF VR, which is Afton. But why would Afton want as much Remnant as possible? Well, obviously,
because he's Afton.
Remnant actually first showed up in Sister Location.
Yes.
It was revealed in the Pizzeria Simulator blueprints that the scooper was actually built to extract Remnant, which means that Afton was experimenting with Remnant in a...
I mean, no. I mean, you're close enough. It's not to extract, it's to inject Remnant.
Sister Location bunker, either to help himself live forever, help bring his kids back, or both. Afton's need for Remnant
Close enough, though, I guess. Doesn't really matter.
Quote,
God damn it, dude.
Power and eternal life. They want as much of it as they can get. Afton has
I don't think it's the Aftons. I think it's just William and maybe Elizabeth.
Remnant farm. And while Afton is the virus itself, I believe Vanny is the one writing the emails based on the repeated use of the word fun.
Are you having fun yet?
It will be fun.
It will be fun.
In the FNAF AR emails, we learned that the animatronics we see in the game are actually replicas of the robots from the past, being built by a team of people at Fazbear Entertainment.
I mean, that's kind of
One
obvious,
the people on the team is named
but yeah.
Laura. Tristan from the compliance team reaches
Tristan
out to
Tate?
Laura and says
Just
that
kidding.
he's disappointed with the lack of progress on the new animatronic they're supposed to be building. The animatronic is supposedly able to climb on the ceilings. This was later revealed to be Mangle. Laura tells Tristan to get off the back, and that she, quote, warned management that reproducing the more exotic endoskeletons would be a problem, and they decided to go ahead and put them on the schedule anyway. This is further proof that they are reproducing the animatronics and not using the originals. As we hear in The Curse of Dreadbear, the retro CDs, and the FNAF,
I think that's clear anyway, though.
Vanessa has now finished making her bunny costume. Patient 46, or even Vanessa herself, hacks into the Fazbear Entertainment system to get Vanessa hired at the Pizzaplex, even though she was previously denied the job and had no prior qualifications. We hear her departure for the Pizzaplex and the retro CDs shortly after she finishes the costume.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
Once Vanessa is gone, we learn that Patient 46 was actually the one to release the virus into the Pizzaplex. Who, how, and why, we're not sure yet. But all we do know is that this happened shortly after Vanessa got hired at the mall. One of the most important things that happens in the lore at this point involves DLZ Shipping Solutions. I actually believe that DLZ Shipping Solutions is the company that was hired to send out all of the FNAF AR animatronics to people's houses. We see Lisa from Fazbear Entertainment talking to Jimmy from the shipping company in the FNAF AR emails. During this conversation, conversation
All right.
with Lisa complaining to Jimmy about the animatronic delivery that DLZ Shipping Solutions made to the Pizzaplex. She notes that the animatronics are acting weird and swears that Bonnie ate the resident stray cat. I believe that those animatronics delivered to the mall are the FNAF AR animatronics intended to be put on display. Lisa begs Jimmy to take the animatronics back, but is met with an email response from someone else, letting her know that Jimmy is no longer with the company.
Ooh. What if... Okay, I think he's actually right about that. I have an idea. So, in the blob, I've talked about this in the past. In the blob, there are 3 different Bonnie arms. Specifically, though, 3 Bonnie left arms. People have said it's Freddy, but it's textured in-game as Bonnie's, so it's clearly Bonnie. Also, Bonnie and Freddy are the same model, except the head, so same thing. And just different colors. So, it's definitely Bonnie. And even if it's not, there's 3 left arms. So, they're not the originals in the blob. They are FNAF AR animatronics, most likely, because they're reproduced, right? So, what if he's actually right about that, and the FNAF AR animatronics are sent to the Pizzaplex to be on a display, and then they ended up being scrapped from the Pizzaplex, and then they were just thrown... Crap. They were just thrown down into the pizza place, where they ended up getting absorbed into the blob, and then they become... Blah, blah, blah. Evil. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but yeah, I think he might be right about that. That's actually interesting.
Like I said in I Solved FNAF Security Breach Part 2, we see direct evidence that this happened in the Monty Golf security office. On the posted board, you can see sticky notes stating that a shipment has arrived and is unknown that they're trying to return. And in the bottom corner, there's a sticky note that says, "Remember Jimmy," the same person who was working at the shipping company and that was talking to Lisa. I believe that the Afton virus
reminds me of Remember Jeremy. It's interesting because in FNAF VR, there's Remember Jeremy, right? And that's referencing an employee who died because they saw something that they shouldn't have. So I wonder if maybe the same thing happened to Jimmy, because it's like the same wording, Remember Jimmy, Remember Jeremy, basically the same thing. Almost the same pronunciation, too. Like, it's really similar, so I wonder if, like, maybe Jimmy was like, maybe we should stop this, and Fazbear Entertainment was like, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Fazbear Funtime delivery service to deliver all the animatronics full of Remnant to the mall. Vanny then destroyed them and took their Remnant to bring Afton back. Have you ever wondered why there's a ton of destroyed staff bots throughout the mall? Well, Sister Location actually taught us what it takes to extract Remnant from an animatronic.
Again, that's injecting, so I don't really think he's right about that, but
As much Remnant as possible to try
the scooper was made to inject Remnant. It's a Remnant injector, not an extractor. So.
Vanessa needs to be the only one working the night shift effective immediately. She does this by infiltrating the staff meeting that takes place on Thursday at 11:30 p.m. and killing all of the employees. Whether she also did this for
savage
purposes, I'm not sure, but I can only assume that to be the case. She covers up these murders by putting a company retreat on the schedule, including all of the employees she killed at the meeting. This is where I believe the security breach take place, and the rest is history. But there's still one big question. What is the blob? Well, like I said earlier, in FNAF AR, it's your goal to collect as much Remnant as possible. But while you're collecting it, there's a shadowy Remnant surrounding it. So inevitably, you collect the shadowy Remnant along with it. The more Remnant you collect, the more shadowy Remnant you collect. The Ultimate Guide explains that bright Remnant is formed by positive emotions, while shadowy Remnant is formed by negative emotions. This would explain why Freddy, who I think contains the soul of Michael Afton, says that his friends are angry and that they're angry. Also, I recently found something in the Afton boss battle room.
That could be it, maybe.
Wall, you can see a
Foxy plushie and an endo.
I think this might be referencing how the Foxy Bro is now an animatronic, but maybe that's a stretch. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, I feel like that is kind of a stretch, but
all of the FNAF AR animatronics that were sent to the mall pumped full of Remnant. All of the animatronics we see in the blob are animatronics featured in FNAF AR, except for one. The puppet mask. Shortly before FNAF AR went silent, Illumix was teasing that Lefty was supposed to be part of the game. As we know, Lefty was built to capture the puppet, and you can literally see the puppet inside of him in FNAF 6. I believe if Illumix continued with FNAF AR, we would have seen Lefty and therefore the puppet. Another reason why I think the animatronics
and then they just abandoned it.
FNAF AR animatronics is because if the things meant to be placed on the stage in Rockstar Row were the original FNAF 1 animatronics, why do we see Foxy's torso completely rusted and away in one of the display cases? It's been 40 years since FNAF 1. There's no way those animatronics still look...
No, not 30 years. It is 40 years.
Slightly different design from the original animatronics. And I think Steele purposely hid some of the key designs of these animatronics in the blob, so we couldn't figure out which version of Chica, Bonnie, etc. that these are. The blob
FNAF AR though.
consists of the FNAF AR animatronics, swimming in a sea of shadowy remnant, or agony if you want to call it that, and the souls of Henry Emily's failed attempt at burning everything and everyone who was impacted by his ex-business partner's crimes. This is what
is he saying the souls?
Timeline of events is.
Is he saying Blob MCI?
But I think I'm going to make a full FNAF timeline video of all of the series after the DLC comes out, so stay tuned for that. I also tried to leave out as much speculation as possible to try and make this as objective as possible, but with these types of videos, you kind of have to fill in the blanks. But that's alright, because this video was just a theory.
Okay. Alright. Now, I'm also going to be making a video like this. I've made a FNAF timeline on the anniversary of FNAF. And that was only like the first, the original games, not including Help Wanted and Onward. So, the hell are you flickering for, buddy? Why is my light flickering? I don't understand. It's been doing this recently. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm gonna, since I made that video and I plan to do a video basically like this one in the future. I haven't made it yet. Well, I'm going to be going. I'm obviously going to be doing that. I don't know when yet. So, glasses are kind of dirty. I don't know when I'm going to do that video, but I will at some point. But I think this video was good. I actually agree for the most part. Not like with every single thing, but I actually do agree. This is actually a really good theory. I think it's probably his best of the 4 that I've reacted to. Not to say that the other ones were bad. I just think this one is really good. So, I'm going to end the video here. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Let me know what you think of this theory. I think it was good. I think it was very good. I think it was, for the most part, correct. Maybe like a couple things here and there that he might have missed. The shadowy remnant thing being in the blob, I don't really think so, because his evidence for that was that the scooper was to extract remnant, but that's incorrect because it was actually to inject remnant. But it's a mistake. Obviously, it's fine. But besides that, I think the theory was really good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.